Hello friends, so in today's video we are going to see a staircase problem printing base. So what is this? So if you remember from the last few videos that in a staircase having 6 steps, we have total 24 ways to reach at the top. But do we know what are these ways and what are the steps we are taking there? No. So in today's video we are going to find out, that is write out a program which will do this thing for us. Okay friends? So let's start. So for example, I have taken one step staircase, 2-step staircase, 3-step staircase. So in each of these, see, these are the options we have. In n equal to 2, I can only take 1-step jump. In n equal to 2, I can either take 1-step jump or 2-step jump. In n equal to 3, I have 4 options: 1 1 1, 1 2, 2 1 3 to reach at the top. Now what I will do is, I will write out a generic program which will print for n steps. Okay. So before writing out the program, let's understand the logic, what I am going to do here. So if you remember, in the case of recursive program, we were passing one input to the function, that is n, that is number of stairs we have in our staircase. But here what I will do is, along with n, I will pass an empty string, and in this empty string I will append the jump I am taking, that is 1-step jump I am taking, or 2-step jump I am taking, or a 3-step jump I am taking. Okay. Now let's understand it through program. Let's write this function pw. It is taking two parameters, n, number of steps, and output, that is the empty string which we will pass. So first of all, what will happen if n is equal to 0? What it means? That I have no stairs to climb. So that is, I have reached at the top. So in this case what I will do, I will print output. Okay friends? Output. Second case is n if n is equal to 1. Then what I will do? I have only one option, that is I can take 1-step jump. If I will take 1-step jump, I have 0 step remaining. So I will call pw0 comma output, and here I will append that I have taken a 1-step jump. Now come to case 3, that is n is equal to 2. This is case 1, case 2, case 3. If n is equal to 2, I have two options: 1-step jump, 2-step jump. So suppose I am taking a 1-step jump, then I will call pw1, because I will have one more step to climb, and I will append in output that I have taken a 1-step jump. And what is the second option we have? pw, a 2-step jump, the number of steps remaining will be 0, and in output I will append 2. Okay. Now let's see fourth case, if n is equal to 3. Here what we can do is, we have 3 options, that is we can take 3 jumps. We have 3 options, that is 1-step jump, 2-step jump, and 3-step jump. Suppose I am taking 1-step jump, then I will have 2 more steps to climb, and in output I will append that I have taken a 1-step jump. Okay. Now next option will be a 2-step jump. So steps remaining to climb will be 1, and in output I will append that I have taken a 2-step jump. And last one will be, I will take a 3-step jump, step remaining to climb will be 0, and in output I will append that I have taken a 3-step jump. And what is the last case? Yes, that is for n, any value other than all these. So what I will do, I have 3 options. 1-step jump, if I will take 1-step jump, then I will have n minus 1 step to climb. Okay friends, and in output I will append that I have taken a 1 step jump, and second option will be 2 step jump. Then steps remaining will be n minus 2, and I will append in output 2 comma, and last option will be 3 step jump, then n minus 3 comma output plus 3 comma. Okay, so this is our program which will print for us all the ways. Okay, now what we will do is we will drive on this program for n is equal to 4. Okay friends, now let's see how this code will execute for n is equal to 4. So what do we do is we will make a function called to pw of 4 comma empty string. Okay, so what will happen is it will come and execute this line. It will be false, it will be false, it will be false, it will be false. Control will come to this else. Okay, so what it will do here is it will make 3 function call, but when this function call will be made, it will go for its own execution, and these 2 function call will be on hold till we will return from this function call. Okay friends, so basically it will first take a 1 step jump, append 1 to the output, and make a function call to pw3 comma 1. Okay, and I have taken a 1 step jump, and n will be equal to 3. This will be false, this will be false, this will be false, this elif will be true, and these 3 lines will be executed. But first of all, this will be called, that is it will take a 1 step jump and make a call to pw2 comma output plus 1, and till the time it will not get returned, these 2 lines will not execute. So basically a function call will be made to pw of 2 comma output plus 1. Right now what is there in the output? 1. So along with 1 more will be appended. Okay, now when pw2 comma 11 will go for its own execution, this statement will be true, and first it will take a 1 step jump, and when it will take a 1 step jump, the number of steps remaining to climb will be 1, and it will append 1 here, 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma. Okay, and after that what will happen? Then pw1 will go for its own execution, and control will come to this particular line, and what will happen? It will take a 1 step jump, and because when we have only 1 step to climb, we can take only 1 step jump. So we will take a 1 step jump, and we will make a function called to pw0 comma 1 1 1 1. Okay, as you can see here, I am not appending comma here. So you may be thinking at some place I am appending comma, and at some place I am not appending comma. Why? Because whenever I am taking the last step, that is n is equal to 0 will be remaining, then I will in next step we will print the output, and I don't want to end my output like this. Okay, I want to end my output string like 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1, not a comma at the last. For means you can say interpretability, you can say. Okay, to have better visibility. Now let's see. So when pw of 0 will be called, this condition will be true and output will be printed. So what in output right now? 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1 will be printed. Now this function will return, this function will return, and what will pw2 will do? see, if n is equal to 2, I have taken this function call and it has returned. Now it will take a 2-step jump and make a function call to pw of 0, 1, 1, 2. It will append 2 in the string and make a function call to pw of 0, 1, 1, 2. And when this pw of 0 will be called, this output will be printed. And what's in output right now? 1, 1, 2. So this will return from here. This will also return from here. And this will also return. Basically, after that, pw of 3, what it will do is, now control will come to this particular line. That is, it will take a 2-step jump and make a function call to pw of 1, as I have taken a 2-step jump, number of steps remaining will be 3 minus 2, that is 1, and in output I will append 2, okay. So one pw of 1 will be called pw of 1, 2, it will take another 1-step jump and it will call pw of 0, 1, 2, 1, okay. And when it will be pw of 0, it will be printed, that is 1, 2, 1. Now after that, what will happen? I have taken a 2-step jump from here and now I will take a 3-step jump. When I will take a 3-step jump, then I will have 0 more steps remaining and I will append in output 1, 3, okay. So when pw of 0 will be called, it will print our output, that is 1, 3 will be printed. This function will end, this will end, and pw, this will end, and again p of 4 will call, then control will come to pw4, empty string, and what it will do? It will take a 2-step jump and append 2. It will take 1-step jump and call p of 2, in output it will append 2, okay. Now pw2 will have 2 more options, that is 1-step jump and 1-step jump, and here pw2 will have 2-step jump, that is these 2 options. So we will get 2 more output from here, and at last option pw of 4 will take a 3-step jump and will call pw of 1, and then pw of 1 will call pw of 0, taking 1 step. So this is what we will get from here, and you can see here 2, 1, 1 and 2, 2, 2, 1, 1 and 2, 2. So these are our ways: 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 1. So these are our ways: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So friends, as you can see here, this is my program which will print the ways, okay. Now as you can see here, I have changed the function name. You can choose it according to your convenience. And one more thing, I have initialized a global variable called count. And what is this variable doing? It will count how many times I am printing. Basically it will keep track for the number of ways. That is how many ways we have. That is for s equal to 5 we have 13 ways. So it will keep track of how many ways we have. And rest print will print each of these way. Okay friends, now let's execute this code for few particular value of n and see what the answer is. So as you can see here, for 3 the total number of ways is 4, and these are the ways, that is 1 step jump, 1 step jump, 1 step jump, and second option is 1 step jump, 2 step jump, third one is 2 step jump and a 1 step jump, and last one is 3 step jump. Now let's execute it for 4 step staircase. So as we know, there are 7 options, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and total number of ways here is also 7. So what are these ways? For example, one step jump, and two step jump to reach the top. Okay, and here one step jump and a 3-step jump. Here 2-step jump, 1-step jump and 1-step jump. Let's execute it for one more variable, that is 5. So as we know, in case of 5-step staircase, we have total 13 options. So you can see here total ways is equal to 13, and these are our ways: 1 1 1 1 1, 1 1 1 2, 1 1 3, that is 1-step jump, 1-step jump and a 3-step jump, and finally to reach at the top. So these are our ways in case we have 5-step staircase. So friends, this is all I have for the code part of printing of ways. So I will be sharing these codes in GitHub also. And friends, if you have liked this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.